You have already created migrations and models, but if you keep writing CRUD logic manually, so your API code will become messy. So in this video, I will show you Laravel Resource Controller, the cleanest and the most professional way to build CRUD REST API. By the end of this video, you will understand how Laravel generates ready-made CRUD methods for your API, just like a real production project. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Start Coding Class. This is fourth video of my Laravel REST API series. In the previous video, we created database migration, eloquent models, and prepared the task model for our task manager API. So now it's time to connect everything together using resource controller. So let's go and see what we will cover in this video. So in this video, we are going to cover, first of all, we will know what is resource controller and how to create resource controller with the help of command line, and then we will write the routes for that resource controller, and then at the end of this video we will test all the API in Postman. What is resource controller? So resource controller in Laravel is a controller that comes with predefined CRUD method. If you are not using resource controller, then you have to write all the API like create, read, update, delete separately. So you have to write 4 routes. But if you are using resource controller, then you have to write only one route, and that one route will work for all 4 routes. So instead of manually creating a store, index, update, restore, all, so Laravel gives you all them automatically with the help of resource controller. Index is related to get all tasks. A store is related to create tasks. So single task and update task, and destroy is delete task. So you can say the API which is created with the help of resource controller is very clean and consistent and easy to maintain. So there is no lots of API, 4 or 5 API. Only we have to create one API. If we're talking about the command how to create resource controller, so in CMD you have to write php artisan make controller API. API is our folder name. So inside, if you do not want to use API, so you can remove that API slash. You can write only task controller and hyphen API. So and when you hit the enter, your API resource controller API is ready. So if you are talking about the routes, so in routes, route : API resource, inside that you have to this tasks is route name, and task controller class is your task controller class name. So now it's time to go to VS Code and let's start how to create resource controller in real project in VS Code. So this is my VS Code. In CMD, I'm just going to write the command php artisan make controller. Inside API, I want to create this. So it's task controller hyphen API. If I check in our API, you can say in API there is only one controller, auth controller, which we have previously created for login and registration. You can see. Okay, now let's go hit the enter button. Inside the controller API, task controller is created, and you can also see here inside the API task controller is created. So if you are going to create, if you are creating in normal controller, so there is only controller class name. But if you are creating resource controller, so there is a function called index, store, so and update and try for delete. So all these functions are automatically generated because this is resource controller. So it's time to create API for this resource controller. I'm just going to api.php or inside this middleware Sanctum. So it's route and API resource, and inside this going to write tasks, and the second parameter will be controller name task controller class. Okay, so my API is now ready. So you can see this task controller API is already included in header. If in your VS Code it is not included automatically, then you have to write manually this thing. So this is the route for resource controller. So only this single route will create all the API get, insert, update, delete, all the API only with the help of single. So so in normally if you are creating the insert data, update data, delete data, so you have to create the different routes. But in the API resource controller, so we are just going to create only one route, and this controller, task controller, will automatically create the all the functions: index, store, show, update, destroy, all the methods. So now we have to check this API is working or not in Postman. So I'm just going to a simple return response for testing purpose only. It's working or not. So I'm just going to show you inside this JSON only one message, and inside this this is resource. This is the resource controller index function. Okay, I'm just only for testing. I'm just going to write. You can write anything, whatever you want. So before that, going to Postman, you need to start the server PHP artisan serve. Okay, so now your server is started. This Postman. So inside this, I'm going to hit this tasks. Okay, so when you hit this task, so you will see. So you can see this is due to because Sanctum authentication is working. So you need to in authorization you need to add bearer token. So if you do not want to do that, so you need to just define this route outside the this middleware or Sanctum. Okay. So now if I am going to hit this, so it will show this is resource controller index function. Okay. We have checked that this API index. So in store, we are just going to check this one also. So store is for if you want to insert any record. So I'm just going to write here a store function to add new data. If you want to add any record, so this function will use for this. The API will be method will be post, and the route will be same. So when I'm going to hit this, you can see this API is calling. In this condition also, there is no changing an API, only single API giving two response, this index and this one create. We are going to change this method. In first case, if you want to record, want to call this index, so you need to change the method get, and if you want to create the record, so you need to change the post. So if I am going to check another API like update, so in this case, I'm just going to change the message so you can identify which function is calling to update record, update data. Okay. So for this, then nothing will be changed. Only we need to change the method put, and you need to pass the ID. So if you want to update the record, ID is 10. So just I need to hit this. So you can see the message is resource controller update function to update data. Whatever we have written here is showing. In the same way, if you want to check this delete data, so I'm just going to change this delete destroy function to delete data. Okay, so in this case also we need to change the method as delete, and ID will be 10. So just yes, so you can see delete data. So the route, we have used all the API, 4-5 API, but there is no changing in API. Only the single API we can use in all these API: insert, update, delete, and uh, insert, update, delete. So the last one I can see there is this. So write an API if you want to for any particular user ID. So I'm just going to check this one also. So function to fetch single user data. Fetch single user data. So if you want to get the data from the database, if you have any user ID, so you can use that this one function. So for this route will be get and the API with ID. So when I am going to click this, you can see fetch single user data. So with one single line, Laravel automatically create this get task, post task, put task, delete task, and so task. This is why resource controller are loved in real project. Because this is a task manager API, all these routes will be protected using Sanctum. Only authenticated user can create, update, and delete task. So in next video, we will cover one by one how to get a record from database, how to post data into post record into our database, insert data into our database, and update, and all the methods we are covering in next video. So if this video is helpful to understand resource controller, don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get latest updated video from my channel. Till then, take care. Bye.